Hey there people, my name is Tagori and welcome to a new game. This is a game I am extremely excited to play. It came out in 1998, which makes it a very, very old game. More than 20 years now. And in my opinion, it's one of the best RTSs, well, of its time, and even to today, there's things about it that are still very unique, and I've never seen in another game. So, I guess let's just get right into it.
In the beginning, there was darkness. Then from the darkness came the manna, and with the manna, the visions. We were not alone. There were other worlds, other tribes, moving through the heavens like a plague. They would destroy us. Alone in the tribe, I possessed the second sight. The manna flowed through me like fire, unleashing the magic within. The ancient legends had foretold my coming. I was the one destined to lead. The chosen one. The shaman. The time for peace was behind us. Now was the time for war! We would face powerful magic, the fury of the elements. Some would live, many would die. But with faith and courage, we would destroy our enemies. And I would become a god.
So there we have the story, I suppose. And this is the level select. As you can see, all the levels are down at the bottom of the screen, and they will become unlocked as we play through the game. So we really don't have any choice but to start at The Journey Begins. So this is how every level starts. The shaman, well, most levels start. The shaman will create her reincarnation site, as it says here, and it may do a little flyby, which you can cancel out of by pressing space. For the most part, I will be canceling out of them. But for now, I think it's just a good idea to show it, just to kind of get a feel for what it's like. Flyby is over. So this is the standard camera view. And I hate it. So simply by pressing minus, you can change the view. You can change it a couple of different ways. You can zoom all the way in. I have no idea who would want to do this. Or you can zoom even all the way out. You can simply press enter to zoom in and out immediately. But this is a very useful view. It shows you the entire world and even what the enemy is doing. So there's different shapes on the map, and I will show that in just a moment. But first, I want to place 2 huts. And you can rotate buildings by pressing space as you're placing them. That arrow will show the door. And then might as well get my shaman worshipping this. So if you don't like how the video looks, don't worry. As I said, it is a very, very old game, 20 years old. And as such, it has very poor resolution. I think it's currently set at 800 by 600. Something like that. So I want that guy and that guy. Alright. So what do we have? We got a spell called Land Bridge, and I'm pretty sure that's what this explains. It creates a, well, bridge of land between 2 points. So what can we see from this? When we hover over a hut, or even right-click on it, we see 2 bars off to the left side. There's a green bar and a red bar. The green bar is how close you are to getting a new follower, and the red bar is how close the hut is to being upgraded. So this is how many followers we can have. As you can see, it says we have 11 of 14. Building huts increases that number, so once this becomes complete, boom, we now have a maximum of 17. So, you can just wait, and these huts will upgrade. As you can see, maybe, yep, it says small hut. It'll go small, medium, and then large. And I'm not sure of exactly how many they increase it by, but it looks like 3 per level. So I'm going to try not to use cheats, which I guess for me is very easy. The only thing I may use cheats for is to speed up the game. So normally you can hit Shift plus to go, as you see down in the corner, up to game speed 5. However, let's reset that, and then hit Tab F11. It'll bring up this console. If we type in BYRRNE, there we go, burn, this activates the cheats, and now, if we do that again, the Shift plus, we can go all the way up, I think, like 33 times. Look at how fast the game is moving now. So there we go. We have the max number of followers, at least that we can have right now. So, let's do something with them. So I'm going to go up to this guy, use Fireball on him. Those blue dots above it are the spell charges. Okay, that kills him. So the Shaman is the only one that can worship this. And what does that do? Did get one guy to worship this stone head. Alright, so once that bar fills up, Shaman will go inside the Vault of Knowledge and get some new information. And this is a warrior training hut. So now we can place this, let's say right here. And all these guys building it. And yep, we can still have 4 more on it. Aha, we got lightning. So this is going to be very useful once it's complete. Alright, we get a second lightning cast. And I think all we can have is a third. 4. I do want to show what happens after a few. Yep, there you go. He immediately just stops worshipping it as the stone head begins sinking into the ground. Alright, so let's get all of our followers to go into this warrior training hut, because warriors are much better fighters than braves. I think one warrior can take out maybe 4 braves on his own, so the power level is extreme. Let's go ahead and speed this up, because I will want as many warriors as possible. It's not necessary, but it is nice to have many warriors. So I can probably just do it with this, and whatever warriors keep popping up, they will join us in the upcoming battle. So let's rally them all right here. Okay. And let's go ahead and use Land Bridge. My shaman will go ahead and use lightning on their shaman, which kills her, okay? And that's telling her, or telling me, sorry, that killing her gives her mana to me. So that will increase my spell charge rate, as well as some other things. So my warriors are going to destroy this building, and, well, we've already won. That only took a few minutes. Most of it was because I was explaining things. You can go very fast on this. It gives you a short overview. Okay, let's go ahead and start on level 2. This is Night Falls. Flyby, I don't care. See, it says flyby cancel. So let's go ahead and place some huts. A red line, or red squares, means that you can't place it there, as you see there. This world is not very optimized, which I find very unfortunate. Eventually we may find some way to remedy this. Spoiler alert. This world doesn't necessarily have to be too optimized. The game does start us off with... You know what? Unfortunately, I think I placed this wrong. There we go. I know. It's telling me that I've dismantled the building. So, I'll go ahead... place this here now. Maybe I can get a couple more in here. They're all working on that. We got one guy on each of these other ones. So it is actually kind of interesting to watch them build. Because let's watch this guy specifically. He starts jumping, and that moves the land. It actually affects the terrain. Because a building can only be placed on perfectly flat land. And this can actually lead to some weird cases where they are building something and they actually mess up the terrain so much that it deletes the plan. Because, as you see here, can't build too steep. So you can only build when it's not too steep or anything like that. You can't build near water either, which is why I can't put that here. Yeah. So it really sucks. And it looks like he's just about ready. Yep, there we go. So, we have a totem pole over here. And it only takes one person, so I'll go ahead and put him there. Or, I'm sorry, my shaman on there. What do we have here? I've always seen this picture as a sort of finger. A very long finger. But once we get what it is, it'll make quite a bit more sense. No one's building that, so I'll put you on that. Our warrior training hut is finished. And I really don't... Oh. So my shaman has finished praying to that, and we get a free cast of land bridge from it. Or rather, it causes a land bridge-like effect. So, how many are on this? 2. So this is the followers tab. We have 3 tabs. We have the building, we have the spells, and the followers. There's different things. What does it say? Well, that was weird. I certainly didn't do that. So we have selected followers, we have idle followers, we have housed followers, and we have busy followers. And then there's a few other things, which I will get into when they become relevant, but right now they're just not. Oh my, we get a very powerful spell in the form of Tornado. Is it just the one? No.
There are more casts.
So these question marks are things that we will be getting, or should be getting throughout the world. We may not, at times, get them. But if you noticed earlier, this was a question mark. Now it is filled in with Tornado. You get 3 full casts. So this bar here is how much mana we have, how much, and the more mana we have, the more we can put into spells. And we get mana by having just busy followers. So as you see, this tree, you can actually watch it. This tree has been cut down just a bit, and we are slowly getting wood from it. It is growing back, which is very interesting. We do have a small forest over here, so I won't feel as bad if I go ahead and put this here. Bummer, this here. And I'll let them go ahead and build those. When you put a house plan, any sort of building over a tree, that tree will not grow back. Okay, so we have here, this is something I want to explain. As this red bar fills up, slowly Braves will leave the house, go gather wood, and put it in front of the house. So once it hits 3 with this guy, they will go ahead and upgrade it. Yep, see, it immediately started. And the interesting thing about this is that it shows that it takes 3 pieces of wood, 3 bundles of wood. However, they only ever use 2. So the total cost is 3, 5, and 7. We really don't have much going on. We just want to wait for these buildings to be completed. Now, eventually I could start building up an army of sorts. And I will need to do that to give myself some defense. But on this world, at least, the enemy tribe is not very aggressive. So it's not necessary until I start wanting to attack. Let's fill up this house. 3, okay, good. And all of our wood is gone. So we have just a few over there. We have a tree in that, but I hope they don't go for it. So with this many houses, we have more than 50 followers, 58. Is that right? Yes. I noticed that one house was being upgraded when I was looking at that. So you can see that the population does grow very fast. Population cap. Sometimes they do have some interesting interactions where they will grab wood from other buildings. It can get annoying. Go ahead and speed this up just a bit more. I think that building is the only one. That looks like it. And there we go. Max level. So now we have a total of 68. I can go ahead and get these guys. Forgot where my warrior training hut was. So let's go ahead and train up. I want to say most of them. That guy's in a house. There. After they're trained, they will just go right outside and stand there until they're given some orders. They will fight anyone close by, which at times can be annoying. But for the most part, it's what we want. So let's select our warriors and our shaman. And then go over here. Let's rally over here. So I'm going to go ahead and place... what is this called? The guard post. And when you put this guard post down, they will circle around it and do a dance, essentially. So with that, we can go ahead and start our attack. Usually the way I play this game is I outnumber the enemy, which you don't have to do. There are ways of doing it without outnumbering them. When you destroy a building, it becomes damaged ground, and you can't build on it for, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. It's pretty insane. So let's go ahead and get our shaman to worship this. Their shaman is in here, and you can see that by the shaman symbol up there. Their shaman has no reincarnation site here, so once she dies, she is gone. This is Swarm. And if we start moving, you can see our mana rate go up. So what does Swarm do? If we cast it, and certainly she is going to, cast it, our followers will start running around, scared of all the swarm of bees. Did I just... Where's my shaman? Where's their shaman? I lost a few followers, but Blast does that. And with the death of their shaman, we win. So, it took us 11 minutes 41 to successfully complete this world. We won 33 fights and lost 0 of them. We destroyed 1 tribe, enemy followers killed 31, enemy building destroyed 2, enemy shaman killed 1, own followers lost 7. So that's how deadly Blast can be. It's a weak spell, but it has a lot of knockback. And, it can be used in some interesting ways. I think it can be used to launch your followers, or enemy followers, to other pieces of land, different islands. So this is level 3. I think I know what this world is, but I'm also pretty sure I'm wrong. So flyby mode, let's just cancel that. I will actually go ahead and play this level in the next episode. So, I hope you've been enjoying this, and please join me again for another episode of Populous, The Beginning.